Hello. Thanks for coming to hang out with me. Today, my name is Jess, and we are going to react to some overconsumption Valentine's Day TikToks. I am not a super particular big fan of Valentine's Day. I mean, I like it and all, but like I don't really have like this big like I need a gift, I need to do something. For Valentine's Day, usually my fiance and I, we just kind of like go out to eat for Valentine's Day, or sometimes we don't do anything at all. I personally feel like if you love someone, you should be showing them every day, not just for Valentine's Day. So I'm coming at these TikToks with that in mind, that frame of mind, going into it. So just so you're aware. But all right, let's get started. Okay, so the first video says building a bay basket for under $10. So if you're not familiar, there's things called like boo baskets, bay baskets, all sorts of names, but they all kind of like boil down to like this essential um trend where for every holiday we're now creating baskets for people filled with goodies or junk to be less positive. And so like there's things like St. Patrick's Day baskets. The boo baskets are for Halloween. Bay baskets, my personal opinion on them is that why do we need a basket for every single holiday? If we're giving these things to kids, we're conditioning them to expect gifts for everything under the sun, and I don't necessarily think that's a good thing. But yeah, let's go ahead and watch the TikTok.
Let's see if we can make a bay basket for under $10. They have these buckets and you get two of them, but they have these baskets and you get two pieces for $1.50. They're reusable, so I'm gonna go with one of these. They have these tumblers with straws and I think these are so cute. I'm gonna hold off on this. They have some plushies that are just so cute. Like this little, I think that's a hedgehog. I love it. They have monkeys that are adorable. I also found a French fries plushie. I think I'm going to go with this cute little hedgehog. We have a ton of scrunchies and like eye masks and lip gloss. I'm gonna grab a scrunchie and one of these lip glosses. They have $6 worth of things, so I want to go try to find a couple of like maybe non-Valentine's items. I found these like word search, they have mixed puzzles, it's word. I found these scrunchies at 3 instead of 1 is a way better deal. I also found this hair clip. I'm actually gonna replace the scrunchie with this hair clip. They even have these super cute hairbrushes, and I think these are very on theme with Valentine's Day. They also have one of those like Tangle teaser dupes for anyone who is like into skincare. These are all actually like pretty decent products. I also found these Sweethearts lip oils, which I think these are super cute and very on theme for Valentine's Day. I just think that this one's way prettier. They have these spray hand sanitizers that are like the Touchstone sanitizers, so I'm gonna grab one of these. If you have an energy drink partner, that Pink Monster would be really cute to go in there. I found this hairbrush and I actually think I'm going to swap out the hand sanitizer for this just because you can use this more. At $9, but I think I want to swap out the crossword book for some candy because like what is Valentine's Day without candy? There's so many options. Everybody loves Sour Patch Kids, so these are always safe. I also just have a ton of chocolate hearts. For the sake of the size of the basket, I'm going to go with these gummy bears. I'm right around $9 and I want to make sure that I leave room for tax. So let's go check out and see if we stand on $10. I ended up spending only $8.83. And here's the finished product. I think it's super cute, and for only $10, I feel like this is very impressive. I'd be very happy with this. I can make this bay basket for $10 at Dollar Tree. There's really no excuse to not get your partner a bay basket.
Okay, I I have mixed opinions about this one. The first thought being, wow, this is great that she's showing under $10. I think particularly maybe like middle schoolers getting on TikTok and stuff like that, they might see this basket trend, and of course they don't have the money, maybe they don't have a lot of money. Woo, or their parents don't want to give them a lot of money to maybe like participate in this trend with their friends. So I think that there's a purpose for that, or just maybe if you're on a super budget and you wanted to participate in giving someone a bay basket, that's really nice that there's options that exist. That being said, a lot of what she showed I didn't think was like that high quality, like the little ice cream thing. Like I feel like that would probably just either like sit on someone's desk or dresser or just kind of like near immediately be thrown in the trash. Um, so I think like we have to be really careful about cheap because cheap can also mean junk. It doesn't always mean that. I am a proponent of saving money wherever possible, but sometimes there's this very popular expression called buy it cheap, buy it twice. So we need to like be cognizant of that when we're buying people things, or are we buying people things just because it's on theme? Will they actually even like the item? I think if we're doing such extreme like budget items, maybe we should think about like just buying the person one thing that we think they would really like for $10 versus like seven or eight little trinkets or something like that that they might not really particularly care for. Otherwise it's a waste of your time, your money, and maybe the things will get thrown in the trash. Let's go to the next one. All right, we're going with okay. The first thing I thought of was that big vase looking like something out of like an ancient like museum type thing. So but also the second thing I thought was, wow, look at the sheer amount of Valentine's Day items in that store. And now I don't know if that's normal for Hobby Lobby because I think I've only been in there like once or twice. Um but there's an unreal amount of just like point blank junk in that store. Um, and she's pulling out like plates and things like that, and they're cute. Like, don't get me wrong, they're very cute. But the thing with the themed item is that you are going to use that for maybe like the month of February, maybe like the 2 weeks up until Valentine's Day, and then it doesn't match anything else because right after that is St. Patrick's Day, and then you need all green stuff. So I feel like it just keeps you in this constant mode of I need to buy the next thing so it matches what's going on in my life. And not to yuck anybody's yum or anything like that, because I think certain folks have like a particular holiday that they care about. But I think we're being encouraged to like continuously like buy the Valentine's Day item, buy the St. Patrick's Day item, buy the 4th of July item, the like Hanukkah, Christmas, whatever, whatever it is, just repeatedly. And if you were to follow that trend, I mean, God, how much would you have spent on plates, decorations, things like that? Not to mention like the storage. Also, one of the first things that I thought about when watching this is like the little boot cup. It's adorable, but how does that fit in your cabinet with your other normal shaped mugs or like the heart plate? That's got to be a nightmare to find a place to store it where it's not going to like fall over and break or something like that. So I think, just think about things a little more before you buy them, like the realistic um like where am I going to put this? Do I have storage room for this? Does this even make sense? Am I going to use this beyond like the first 2 weeks of February and Valentine's Day? That sort of thing. All right, moving to the next one. Oh, there was a comment on there was a comment on this video too that I wanted to read, a couple of comments. Okay, so the first one is maturing is realizing this is just a bunch of stuff that you don't actually need. Overconsumption is insane nowadays. Apologies, I can't seemingly make my mouth and my brain connect today. So, um, and then yeah, so overconsumption is insane nowadays. I agree. It's just a lot of extra stuff that you probably didn't need. And then another comment says, "You don't need it, you don't need it," with the little crying face emojis. And then the creator says, "But you do, but you do." And this I don't particularly care for, because I think we're tempting people to buy things that they don't need. And then we also are like, when they're like acknowledging, "I shouldn't do this, I don't need this," then you're like, "No, do it," like the little devil and angel on people's shoulders telling them what to do. I don't like that. Like, let people make the right decision for them. Don't encourage them to do things that they're like actively acknowledging would not be the best decision for them. So I don't like that very much. But okay, we're gonna go to the next one. Okay, this one was really short, and the caption said, "Trying not to fall for over consumerism during Valentine's Day is so hard." Firstly, ma'am, put that back in the store where you got it from. We're not raised in a barn, so let's put it back. But the sentiment of the video, like, like, is that I'm assuming she walked by the seasonal aisle in like a Walmart or something, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Let me grab this and I'm gonna take it." And then somewhere down the line of the rest of her grocery trip, she was like, "Actually, I don't need this." Maybe she kind of like looked at how much groceries were costing versus this thing and was like, "I'm not, this is not in the budget," that sort of thing. And I think that's really good that she was able to kind of like, before she left the store with the item, like say, I shouldn't get this. And that's good. I think we all get kind of swindled by like, "Oh my gosh, this like really cute thing, I really want it." And then sometimes we leave the store with it and sometimes we don't. I know myself, I have a problem with like, I'm going to the grocery store for groceries and then I walk by the clothes section, um and I'm always like, "Oh wow, that shirt is so cute. That skirt is so cute." And I pick it up, and sometimes I put my hand over my eyes so I don't see the clothes, and I go, "I don't need it, I don't need it, I don't need it," and just keep walking. Sometimes it gets me though, and I go and I look at it, I find my size, I put it in the cart, and I leave the store with it. Other times I do the same thing that this person did, where I find the item, pick it up, put it in the cart, and then like 15 minutes later, I've talked some sense into myself and I'm like, "You don't need another skirt." And then I grab it and then I go put it back. That's my only complaint, is like, "Ma'am, please do not put the Valentine stuff next to the beer. Please go put it back where you got it in the Valentine's Day stuff." But good on her that she realized, like, I can't do this for whatever reason. I shouldn't do this for whatever reason, and she put it back. Alrighty, moving to the next one. Okay, I'm recording over this because I had an issue with copyright, but this one had some scary, spooky music, and there's lots of trinkets and stuff like that. So, all right, this one actually inspired the title and the thumbnail of this video. So it says Landfill Core Valentine's Day Edition. I just thought that was really creative and cool. So thanks to that creator who did this. But yeah, so she's showing like the aisle, and it's a bunch of little like trinkets and figurines. And quite honestly, I did not think this would sway me at all if I wanted. If I like walked by this aisle in the store, a lot of them just look like straight up junk. And then there's a comment on the video that agrees with me that says, "Even as someone who struggles with a shopping addiction, none of this was tempting." And I agree with that. And I think maybe as a society, we just need to think about creating crap, junk, whatever you want to call it, just for the sake of creating junk, and what that's doing to not only people's bank accounts but the planet, because I imagine that most of that stuff is all also like very cheaply made. And so it's either, like I said earlier, going to sit on someone's desk or dresser or something until someone gets tired of it because it's not trendy anymore and they'll throw it away, or like it'll break really quickly, that sort of thing. And so people will have to throw it away. So I think I would just caution people on buying those like really cheap little trinkets because is it a waste of money and is it a waste of time and is it a good for our planet, you know? All right, let's go to the next one. This is me recording over again, so I don't have issues with copyright, but it's lots of Valentine's stuff. Valentine's Day overconsumption. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Lots of stuff. Lots of things. Lots of stuff. More stuff. Okay, this was another Hobby Lobby one, so it looks like a lot of the same stuff in the first Hobby Lobby one that we watched, like a lot of like Valentine's Day plates and bowls and heart-shaped bowls and things like that. But my biggest thing is like, what the tiny cup? What is that? Was it a keychain? Was it a real cup? What are you gonna do with that? You're gonna take a sip of something and then have to go refill it. And then also, why is the Nutcracker dressed up in Valentine's Day? That is supposed to be a Christmas item. You got that man working overtime, and I don't like it. So put him back to Christmas. But okay, next one. It's me recording again. We're looking at shoes. We're looking at sneakers. There's some Nikes. There's some more sneakers. Because even your feet need to know it's Valentine's Day. More sneakers. More. I don't like these ones. What is going on? Sneakers. just just lots of shoes. Walking through the shoe store. Lots of shoes. They're very clean because they're new. Oh my goodness. This is very funny. I'm having to do the voiceovers. Oh, okay. More shoes. More shoes. Lots more. It looks like they're in a shopping mall. Okay, so lots of shoes, lots of Valentine's Day theming. I mean, some of these, like just the plain red and white ones, look like they could be used, like they're not like Valentine's Day themed, so they could be used like on a daily basis. But lots of these look very, very Valentine's Day. And I guess unless you're like really avid sneakerhead, I would say like most of the average people don't have stuff where they could match with those like pink and red shoes on a semi-daily basis or even a daily basis. So I think I would that's something I would really have to think about. I like shoes, so but I would really have to think about before buying is how many things do I have to match this with? Is this gonna sit in my closet forever and ever and ever? And I literally don't ever get to wear them because I don't have anything that goes with it. And then also I didn't realize that they make those like sneaker flat looking things now. Not a fan, don't like that. But yeah. Alrighty, let's go to the next one.
Valentine's Day haul. Okay, so a bunch of y'all wanted to see everything that I got from Valentine's Day from my dad. Starting off, he made us glitter roses. They are so pretty. First, we got some Valentine's Day sweaters. So we got this one, super pretty. And then this one is like a little quarter zip with heart sleeves. Okay, and then this one, it's like fuzzy and has hearts on it. Super cute. And then the one I'm wearing today has little pearls. Also a disclaimer that me and my sister share everything, so this is kind of like combined and we just share it all. So we got these pajamas and then their pants. Next are these pajamas with the matching shorts, and they're kind of like a gauzy material. My dad knows that we love pajamas, so he got us a bunch of sets. And then these are kind of like the same idea, but they're silk, and then they come with the pants. And then these are probably my favorite. They're little like pink hearts. I love the trim of it with the matching little shorts. And then lastly, we have these ones that are like red with the matching shorts. Okay, then we got two pair of Uggs, the baby pink ones. They're so pretty. And then these are the platform ones. I also really love these. Okay, next, look how beautiful these are. Like, oh my gosh. And then I've really been wanting a blue pair. Ooh, I just look at the color. I'm obsessed.
Next, we got some of these headbands. So I have this one on. It has little hearts, and then we have this pink one, and then this one that has like little candies on it. Okay, these next ones. Look at these Stanleys. I'm obsessed. Like, look at the colors. Oh my gosh. Then he got us these cute little powder puffs that are like hearts. And then some cute little heart claw clips. Then we got the Sol de Janeiro little kit. Okay, and then we got this cute little Kendra Sky. Hold on, let me open it. Okay, this is what it looks like. It says love. It's super cute. Then he picked out some super cute little Valentine's Day jewelry like these, and then these. And then one of my favorites, he got us some Spartina little huggy hoops. And then this really pretty like cuff bracelet. Okay, and then he got us some Ulta gift cards, so here's what we got. Okay, starting off, I got this body wash. I love this scent. It's my favorite. Then for me and my sister's hair, we got the Redken Acidic Bonding Concentrate mask, and then the Bondi Boost Scalp Tonic little spray. I've heard really good things about these things, so really excited. Okay, and then I got the Truly perfume, which I've never seen, in the Birthday Sex scent, and it smells so good, and it's pink. Then I got this, I don't know how to pronounce the brand, but I got this liquid blush because the color, I just could not resist the color. I mean, look at that, and it's like shimmery too, so pretty. Then I was out of my concealer and my favorite powder, so I got those. Okay, and then my sister really wanted to try out this curling iron because hers broke, so we have that. Okay, then the Beauty Contour wand from e.l.f. And then we found the lip oil in this color. So pretty. This stuff is so good. We tried it out. It's literally not sticky, nothing. And then the Fenty Skin Tint. Look at the packaging. Oh my gosh. Okay, then our biggest gift that my mom surprised us with is Zach Bryan tickets. And I'm so excited and so thankful. Okay, that is everything that we got for our Valentine's Day. I'm so thankful and so happy. Love you guys.
Okay. When I pulled this video from TikTok, I watched like 10 seconds of it and I didn't realize that this was 4 minutes and 1 second long, so sorry about that. But initially, my first thought is that this girl looks like she's either a teenager or maybe a young adult still living at home with her parents, and I just cannot relate to this at all. I think when I was a kid, the presents that I got were for my birthday. We're Christian, so Christmas, and I used to get an Easter basket. And for Valentine's Day, my dad would go pick up like a little thing of roses from probably like the nearest Walmart or something and put it in a vase with some water. And that is pretty much all of the like routine gifts that I got as a kid. So it wasn't anything crazy. This like just kept going on and on and on. And it was like, here's the thing, here's another thing. And I think like I'd like to like just kind of look up a couple of the items that she pulled out that I was familiar with, like the Uggs, and maybe like check the price on those and Stanley's. Like those, honestly, that was mostly what I was familiar with this because I don't do a whole lot of like skincare shopping or like some of the stuff we wouldn't be able to tell what the brand was or like at least I can't. So I'm gonna pull out the prices for the Stanleys and the Uggs just to see like how much that was so we can see like a minimum cost for this boo basket. I mean, Bay basket, Bay Valentine's Day haul, whatever. I can't keep up. But like see like minimally how much it cost. And then she also said she got like a concert ticket, and I'm like, that's gotta be like hundreds of dollars minimum because it's really expensive to go to concerts now. And so I'm like, if this is your Valentine's Day, which is supposed to be a holiday that is for romantic lovers, romantic relationships, and your parents got you this, I fear what your Christmas and your birthday looks like because I'm just like, oh my God, it's just so it's like one thing after another after another. And when I first like pulled up the video and the little thing said Valentine's Day haul, I was like, what do we mean? Like, we need a Valentine's Day haul. I know she mentioned she at least shares it with her sister, so at least that's nice. Like there's two people kind of sharing the items, but like also just on the fact of like it's excessive. You don't need like 62 pairs of pajamas. I mean, maybe they really like pajamas or like some of the sweaters just kind of looked way too similar to me. Like if I was like out shopping for myself, I would not get three sweaters with the same kind of like heart pattern. I know she's sharing with her sister, but I just feel like it's a little bit of a waste of money. But that's my opinion, and I am going to put the prices for the Uggs and the Stanleys somewhere in here around this time in the video, just so we can see that what the minimum cost would be. All right, let's go to the next one. Me again. Now we're in the Aldi merchandise non-food aisle, that little aisle I guess that they have that's not food. Lots of Valentine's things. There's a candle. Okay, that one was pretty short too. So I didn't realize that Aldi does like seasonal merchandise too to this extent. I know they have like an aisle where it's not food and stuff like that, but I don't tend to shop at Aldi very much. So this one I didn't think was too terrible just because like ice cubes, if you wanted to make heart ice cubes all year long, like who cares, right? Um and then straws, like they're Valentine's colored, but if you're a big straw user, that doesn't really matter to you, probably. And then a candle is blue, so that's not really like Valentine's colors. So I guess like it could be used all year round. I think the biggest thing here is that like if you already have an ice cube tray maker or like if you already have 10 straws or already have 5 candles, like you don't need this stuff. So that's really my only gripe with that. But that looks like it is all the Valentine's Day videos that I have for you today. And I hope you enjoyed the reaction. I'd love to hear what you think about these videos below in the comments. And I hope that you like and subscribe so we can hang out for more future videos. So thank you.